Here in the International Space Station Flight Control Room, we have a special visitor today. Seen in this view is Smokey the Bear mascot next to astronaut Mike Fossum. Today is Smokey the Bear's 68th birthday, so he's here.
Yes, and sorry, we had to talk about that one.
At NASA celebrating his birthday. Flight Engineer Joe Acaba had brought up a small plush Smokey the Bear that served as the zero-G indicator aboard the Soyuz spacecraft that carried him to the International Space Station. Back in May, the space station serves as a platform for studying Earth, natural and man-made changes, including the devastation of forest fires. And Smokey also serves as a way to raise awareness about the importance of fire prevention and fire safety. Again, giving him a tour here in the International Space Station Flight Control Room is astronaut Mike Fossum. He's a 3-time space flyer. He flew aboard 2 space shuttles, STS-121 and 124, and most recently spent 167 days in space aboard the International Space Station on Expedition 28 and served as commander of the space station on Expedition 29. And this is Mission Control Houston. We're getting a live view inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room. It is a special day for a special visitor today. Smokey the Bear, seen here next to astronaut Mike Fossum. Smokey turns 68 today.
Go ahead, Anna.
Yes, and we would probably switch to the alternate camera in that case.
Okay, cool. Just anticipating what things might come up. We appreciate your guys' time. I know some of these questions were a little bit hard to track down, so I appreciate it.
No problem. We're glad that you're thinking ahead, and we're trying to support.
And meanwhile, we were listening to an exchange between Flight Engineer Sunny Williams, who is in her 4th week in space there aboard the International Space Station, and an exchange between her and Capcom Anna Fisher here in the International Space Station Flight Control Room, just discussing some procedures, robotics procedures that where Williams and Flight Engineer Joe Acaba will perform tomorrow. And here now we're getting a live view inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room. That was Smokey the Bear here for his 68th birthday, giving a handshake to Flight Director Greg Whitney. Greg is in the hot seat. He's been training doing in the certification flow after being named Flight Director here in the International Space Station Flight Control Room. And they're just behind him, not in the blue astronaut suit, but the blue shirt is Flight Director Matt Abbott. And now posing for a quick picture on Smokey's special day. Again, this is in a partnership with the U.S. Forest Service and NASA to help provide awareness on the importance of fire prevention and fire safety. This is Mission Control Houston again. We're getting now a live view outside the International Space Station as the station with its crew members aboard fly at an altitude of about 250 statute miles. They are on a northeastern track just coming across.
Airlock, that would be great. Thank you.
We'll put that in work.
Just coming across Africa. Where in about 20 minutes they will experience or see an orbital sunset as they cross over the border of Iran. Meanwhile, here inside the International Space Station Flight Control room, the Orbit 2 team here celebrates a special day for a special visitor. Here in this view is Smokey the Bear. And those are cheers and applause for a birthday wish that was sent down from Flight Engineer Joe Acaba. And we'll play a replay of that birthday wish now for you here on NASA television. This is Mission Control Houston.
Hello, Smokey Bear, and happy birthday. I'm Joe Acaba, Expedition 32 Flight Engineer on the International Space Station. It is your 68th birthday, and what a journey it has been. Since 1944, you have supported the education of generations of Americans about the critical role in wildfire prevention through your message, "Only you can prevent wildfires." I understand there will be many ways in which you will celebrate your birthday this year, outreaching to communities across the United States. We have been working on the ISS to position you and your support network by taking imagery of fires from space and studying the behavior of fire in microgravity. It is exciting news that NASA Johnson Space Center has extended a special invitation for you to visit the center on your birthday to learn more about human spaceflight and the work being done on the ISS to enable us to explore the universe as well as gaining knowledge for the benefit of all people and the protection of life on Earth. So please enjoy your day. NASA looks forward to sharing your message about being responsible when using fire and to prevent human-caused wildfires. As the talisman of our Soyuz flight, you have been a critical member of our team from blastoff on May 15th in Kazakhstan to now. Through our partnership together, I am pleased to be a part of raising awareness for people everywhere about wildfire prevention. And I would like to take this opportunity to recognize that you are managed by the U.S. Forest Service in cooperation with the National Association of State Foresters and the Ad Council, an organization that improves change and improves lives. Thank you for all you do, and again, happy birthday. I wish you all the best in your next 68 years of public service.
This is Mission Control Houston. Again, that was a video replay that was downlinked from Flight Engineer Joe Acaba wishing Smokey the Bear a happy 68th birthday. We're now getting a live view inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room, where you can see Smokey the Bear there, the mascot who has been creating awareness on the importance of fire safety and fire prevention for 68 years now. Standing next to him is astronaut Mike Fossum, who's given him a tour inside this room. Fossum is a three-time space flyer. He'd flown twice aboard the Space Shuttle and also once aboard the International Space Station, where he spent 167 days in space aboard the Expedition 28 and as commander of Expedition 29. In that video, of birthday wishes from Flight Engineer Joe Acaba. We saw the small plush toy that he allowed to float freely there in front of him. That was shown here in this picture. He that plush toy served as the zero-G indicator aboard the Soyuz spacecraft that brought Acaba and his crewmates up to the International Space Station back in May. Meanwhile, the space station, with its crew members of 6, are flying at an altitude of about 248 statute miles. Just coming over the Central Africa, and we'll be seeing an orbital sunset as it just crosses the border of Iran. Meanwhile, as there is a hub of activity inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room where celebrations are underway for Smokey the Bear's 68th birthday. The 6-member crew of Expedition 32 are busily working on their days. It's about the middle of their day. They are scheduled to go to bed about 4:30 p.m. Central Time after a wake up at 1 a.m. Central Time. Today there was more robotics work that took center stage aboard the space station as flight engineers Joe Acaba and Aki Hoshide worked together using the Japanese robotic arm, also known as the remote manipulator system that is anchored to the Japanese experiment module, to unberth the multi-mission consolidated equipment from the exposed pallet and install it to the exposed facility unit number 8 of the module's exposed facility. Meanwhile, we are back inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room again, where Smokey the Bear is celebrating his 68th birthday. Here in Mission Control, he is sitting in the flight director's seat, also known as the hot seat, posing for a few photos there next to him with the astronaut Mike Fossum. Smokey here today to celebrate his 68th birthday, but also, more importantly, to under a partnership with NASA to raise awareness on the importance of fire prevention and fire safety. He's seen here now walking out and waving to the Orbit 2 team, who has been monitoring the systems aboard the station and the crew's activity. And there you have it, folks. Smokey the Bear on his 68th birthday, exiting the International Space Station Flight Control Room during his visit here at the Johnson Space Center.